Computer boot sequence initiated. Accessing library computer data. NCC 10535. Starship Tempest.
Space. The final frontier. These are the missions of the Starship Tempest. Set between Captains Kirk and Picard, 5 friends stumble their way through their first role-playing game as the crew of this Federation starship, exploring strange new worlds, keeping peace in the galaxy, defending their keyboards from kids and cats, and going clumsily, if not boldly, where no one has gone before. Captain's Log Supplemental. Repairs are proceeding on the Ellesmere, though it remains trapped in the neutral zone under the shadow of a Romulan warbird. Dr. Teal has begun to suspect foul play in the death of the Ellesmere captain, but if that is indeed the case, the culprit and their motives remain a mystery.
Oh, yeah, I was about to go see if there's a zombie captain in there.
Or a Romulan agent is what this captain is thinking.
I mean, or that. Yeah, I don't know.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh, the dead
that's a good
captain
one.
is a Romulan agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look what totally happened by accident when we went to the neutral zone. Oh, no.
Oopsie.
Okay. So yeah, you make your way next door into Cargo Bay 3. You find Captain Blake in amongst the dozens of dead bodies, all covered in sheets. But
I also shudder a little bit because this is creepy.
yeah, it's not a great situation.
Can they all at the
There's,
same time sit up with each other?
Ew. No.
In Cargo Bay 3, for some reason, there's a single bare bulb hanging from the ceiling, which is swinging back and forth.
And flickering.
And flickering. But you find the captain. She has obvious head trauma. If you'd like to run your autopsy, it'll take 15 minutes to do with your tricorder, and it'll be a control or insight and medicine.
Insight and medicine.
And Nurse Cat can assist?
Difficulty, what?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah.
So it's difficulty 3. You do have all of your momentum.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a momentum as well.
And then I don't know if you have any focuses that help in this situation.
I mean...
Grave robbing.
Medicine.
Grave robbing.
Grave robbing.
Very rough.
Medicine, biology, composure.
No, because you're not actually administering medicine.
But biology. You know,
Yeah, biology works.
studying the human body, that's biology.
Study of life, not death.
It's iffy, but I'll give it to you.
Alright.
Success?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So
Tell me all the things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Dead. Brian just says dead.
She dead. She's super
Dead.
dead. She definitely has lots of head trauma, which is consistent with what you know already. However,
Which is that she's dead.
and that head trauma occurred post-mortem. So that happened after she died. You also notice some marks around her neck.
It's a Vulcan neck pinch. It's that doctor.
That are consistent with strangulation. And then there's also some burns on her face from a nearby explosion.
It's that sketchy doctor. I think she was killed, then the ship was taken purposefully into the neutral zone.
Okay, well...
Damn thing's made to start a war.
Yes.
The exact timeline doesn't... So the exact timeline is the ship realized it was in the neutral zone. It went to change course. The Romulans attacked. After that first volley, the captain was able to encrypt the computer so that the engage the Romulan protocol, it's called. And then at some point between then and trying to get to the bridge, she was killed or died.
She was totally killed. And I suspect that Vulcan now because he was the one telling me about the blunt force trauma to her head was what killed her. But
Okay.
But if it was done post-mortem, he could have done that to clean up his own story.
Okay. Do you tell me what you want to do next?
I don't know. I have thoughts. I guess I need to tell the captain my findings.
Captain Maddox or Commander Lewis?
Well, Captain Maddox, because now I'm sketchy about everyone on this ship.
Okay, Dr. Teal, inform the captain of what you've just discovered.
All right, Captain, I'm here doing an autopsy on the captain of the whatever this ship was called.
Ellesmere.
Ellesmere, right. And the captain has some suspicious wounds. The timeline doesn't really seem to add up from what I talked to the Vulcan doctor, and he mentioned that she had been hit in the head and that was what killed her, but these wounds are post-mortem, so something's not adding up here.
I read you, Doctor. Do you have any idea what the actual cause of death was?
It looks like strangulation, which would point me towards murder. Maybe this ship was brought into the neutral zone to start a war or something. I don't know who to trust here now.
So the examination revealed strangulation as cause of death and post-mortem blunt force trauma, is that correct?
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and give a big captain-y here. It was Dr. Cottrell that informed you she died of blunt force trauma?
Yes.
He's Vulcan.
Yes, sir.
Does she have any bruising on her clavicle areas?
Sure.
Yes.
That could be consistent with a Vulcan neck pinch.
That's what I thought.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you this. In that case, the bruising that she does have is not consistent with a Vulcan neck pinch.
Damn it! That would have been juicy.
Would have been good.
That would have been a
Brian.
good one. I mean, what if anything did you get from him empathically, Dr. Cottrell?
I really got a sense of overwhelmed and panicked, but that's we were in a triage situation, so I didn't really think of it as anything abnormal.
Okay. I'm sort of at a loss myself, Doctor. What are you suggesting?
I don't know. I think this raises a lot more questions about what we're doing here and what would be the right move. I don't want us to be falling into a trap here. I don't know what to do, Captain. That's why I called you. I don't know what to do.
Let's loop in Goodspeed and Holden on a secure comm channel.
Okay, but I don't want to say all this again.
So we loop in Holden and Goodspeed, and we go through all of this together. And now I'm looking basically for a remote Skype version of a conference meeting.
So just to make sure we have the blocking, Teal and Kat are in the morgue, the makeshift morgue. Goodspeed and Notice are in the Ellesmere engineering, and Holden is still on the Tempest. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, go ahead, guys.
So they're all brought up to speed now. Goodspeed, what are you thinking?
Yeah,
Thoughts?
there is definitely something fishy going on here. I will agree with that.
Good, Holden?
I still think our goal is the same. We got to get the ship and its crew out of the neutral zone.
Yeah, unless we think all of these people are somehow conspiring. It's just that once we get them safe, we need to keep an eye on people.
Yeah. Also, if they're conspiring, then, if we get them out of the neutral zone, then we have them. I think the plan was still just to fix the ship as best we can and then hit the warp button to jump out of the neutral zone.
Okay, Goodspeed, Eel,
Do you
it's
think
on you
maybe
guys.
do you think maybe Meven knows something about this? Like, has a spy on board this ship and set this all up?
Dr. Teal, are you the only one
Yeah.
in the cargo room with the dead body of the captain?
No, my nurse is here.
Okay, but nobody from the ship. Nobody from the Ellesmere.
Lots of dead folks from the Ellesmere,
well,
but
okay, I'll give
nobody
you that.
else.
Ooh, dark.
Yeah.
Jesus, Teal.
Teal
Could you-
sees some shit.
You know
I'm a
what he
doctor.
was going for.
No,
Could you-
no one else seems to be here.
Again, going back to the historical documents of Star Trek VI, could we announce... Could you come in and say, oh, the captain's alive, can we help him? And see how that Vulcan guy reacts?
That
Oh.
is a good one.
Interesting. All right, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
All right.
really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me exactly what you guys are gonna do.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over to the... What is the Vulcan doctor's name?
Guttrell.
Kim Cattrall.
Kim Cattrall.
Kim Cattrall.
Dr. Kim Cattrall.
I think Teal is just going to go to the doctor and then call the Tempest and relay that information in front of him.
Well, wait. If you're gonna do that, let's say the Vulcan is not guilty of anything untoward. If you're a doctor and then somebody says, hey, that guy you said was dead is not dead, a shocked and surprised reaction is not necessarily a bad thing.
Right, but she's an empath, so she's going to try to...
You're
So
gonna turn that
I'll
on?
feel-
You're gonna turn yourself on there and hide?
She has a
Yeah,
switch
it's
in the lower part of her back. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? I got a tramp stamp to cover it, but...
Cool.
it says empath in very fancy writing
Yeah.
with butterfly wings.
But in Chinese characters, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Just tell me what you're gonna do.
I'm walking into the sick bay.
Okay.
And I push my little,
Tramp stamp?
communicator.
The one that says juicy on the bottom?
and I say, Teal to Tempest, I think I have discovered that the captain of this ship is actually still alive in the cargo bay.
And so Dr. Cottrell, who's still kind of tending to the patients, closing up on the surgery, is very clearly surprised, or at least the Vulcan version of surprise. And he comes over to you and says, "Did I hear you correctly? Is Captain Blake still alive?"
I think so.
And he immediately proceeds over to Cargo Bay 3 to check on her, and taking his medical supplies with him to do so. Are you doing any kind of empath,
Yeah, what should I
Looking?
do to get a read on his...
This one I'll actually
Intent.
just give to you. He is surprised, and that surprise is genuine. There's no other.
There's no
sense
no
of
angry
panic
surprise?
or anger or
Okay.
oh shit to it, other than what feels like a very sincere surprise.
Okay.
God damn it. Oh, sorry, I said that on open channel.
Well, this will be an unfortunate exam for him then.
It's gonna be an awkward walk back.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him
We may have not
a
thought
few
this
minutes.
We may not have thought this
If
one through.
you want to go somewhere, do something else before he comes back in, I'll let you do that. Otherwise,
Yeah.
he's gonna come back in a few minutes and be like, "What the hell, dude?"
I go to the corner of sickbay and put on a hat and glasses that I find there.
Just say it was Dr. Cat. Or Nurse Cat.
Yeah, so
Dr. Cat.
So the Ellesmere doctor comes in after a few minutes and comes immediately up to you and
says, the hell?
Doctor, I don't understand the purpose of leading me to believe that the captain was still alive. Can you explain to me the logic of engaging in such a deception?
I think we need to piece together this timeline because the captain was clearly strangled to death, and you said it was blunt force trauma that killed her, and that doesn't line up.
Oh, snap.
I agree completely, Doctor. As I said earlier, I did not have time to conduct a proper autopsy when her body was first brought in. I find your conclusion logical and must concur. She was in fact strangled, and therefore it must follow that she was murdered by a member of the Ellesmere crew. I'm afraid I have no other information or speculation to offer that might illuminate the situation.
Who was in charge of the ship when the ship went into the neutral zone if the captain was not on the bridge?
I believe Commander Lewis was on duty at the time.
Let's go talk to her.
Yeah, we need to talk to Commander Lewis.
okay.
I mean, Lewis obviously didn't strangle the captain from the bridge.
No, but maybe she knows, like maybe she set up this plan. Like there has to be, there seems to be something afoot.
The game's
Also,
afoot,
like,
huh?
yeah, the game's afoot. Also, I'm the doctor. I don't feel like I'm the right person to be spearheading the mystery.
Dr. Cottrell, this is Captain Maddox aboard the Tempest. I think it's time we inform you that Dr. Teal has been pursuing this line of questioning under my orders, and I have been monitoring this conversation. And it was my bias that led me to suspect you, a Vulcan, as a possible Romulan agent. That accusation appears false, but to fully absolve you, I'd like to ask that you submit to a DNA scan.
Okay.
That's completely logical, Captain.
Okay, so we do.
Okay.
Who does that?
Yeah,
I guess
so
that would be
Dr.
Teal?
Teal, go ahead and do a insight and medicine difficulty 1 task.
To do.
Oh, shit. I mean,
Okay, so...
That's a double
I
fail.
dropped my scanner.
And it shatters into 1,000 pieces.
yeah. So, yes, obviously, Romulans and Vulcans are very close genetically. There are some key differences that you can, that a trained doctor can suss out. But apparently Dr. Teal doesn't have that training, so she can't suss it out.
hey, could we do it one more time and have Cat
Sure, yes.
Okay.
You can try again.
Do I just roll? Does Cat just roll, or does Dr. Teal roll again?
We'll say Dr. Cat can roll, so she's sort of surreptitiously. Yeah, there you go. Doing the same thing. Okay, so you succeed at that task, or Nurse Cat does, and Dr. Guttrell is in fact a Vulcan and not a Romulan.
Okay.
All right, so we can at
I
least
think we
surmise
should-
that we can trust Dr. Cottrell.
I think we should go scan Commander What's-Her-Bucket.
Parker
Let's
Lewis.
interrogate her. Yeah.
Yeah, Lewis.
Okay, so she is still on the bridge, coordinating repairs from there. So if you want to
So-
go to the bridge, you can do that.
Just as a clarification point, we are simultaneously doing what we're doing in sickbay, and all this was going on while they were trying to do the engineering work earlier. Correct?
Yeah, do you guys want to cut back to engineering and pick
Yes.
those repairs up a little bit?
Hell yeah.
I think we should.
Okay. So, where last we left off, you guys were still working on repairing the warp safety systems.
Yeah.
And you were working
Right.
with Ensign Navol, who is also a Vulcan, by the way, in doing so. So, you had 3 points of work done out of 8, but no breakthroughs yet.
Okay.
And it was a insight plus engineering task with a difficulty of 2. And if anybody has a focus in warp systems, you can use that.
What other systems do we have to work on?
There's also all the hull breaches, which still need to be sealed, the general ship systems, and the computer is still on lockdown from the Romulan protocol.
Which it sounds like the general systems. Could Eel use the electroplasma systems focus on that?
Yes, you could.
All right, so I'm gonna say, how about Goodspeed takes over for the warp safety systems, and Eel goes and starts to work on the general systems.
All right.
I like that.
Okay. So which one do you want to do first?
I'll do the warp safety systems. I will use a momentum. So I'll roll 4 dice because I got a helper and I'll use a momentum.
Okay.
I got 3 successes.
Okay.
And now I will roll
Ooh.
6 challenge dice.
Go for it.
And I got, looks like a 6.
6. Okay, so that is definitely... Actually, no, it's not a breakthrough. Sorry, because you have the resistance from before. So that's 4 total work. Not a breakthrough, but you only have one unit of work left to succeed at the task. So that was another 15 minutes worth of time. And now a full hour has passed since you guys have come aboard.
Ooh.
I mean, it's making progress.
Yeah, you guys are getting there.
Rome wasn't built today.
I mean, some of these things take days to fix, you know.
Yeah, and also I should point out that these are patch-up repairs. The ship is not going to be brand spanking new. The repairs that you are doing are just enough to get it kind of back on its legs. It's still going to need to go to a starbase.
Speak for yourself. I am actively whittling a new warp core out of a block of wood.
Out of a piece of abalone.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have one more piece of work to do to finish the warp core safety systems extended task.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so if you're going to roll again, it's going to be another 15 minutes worth of time.
Okay.
But just repeat the process that you've been doing.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll for 2, just me and my helper buddy. I'm not using momentum for this. I got 2 successes.
Okay, now roll the challenge dice.
4.
And there you go. Okay, you got it. All right, so
All
the
right.
warp safety systems are back online. So you can now do everything else without worrying about increased complications to your tasks.
Oh,
so,
good.
for reference, what is left is the hull breaches, the general ship systems, and the unencrypting the computer.
Eel, you're doing the
All
general
right.
systems.
All right, let's go.
All right. let me put the general systems in real quick. It is base difficulty of 1, 0 resistance, magnitude 1, and amount of work 6. So this is not actually all that difficult. This is fairly easy in terms of extended tasks. So do a reason plus engineering difficulty 1.
All right. Am I doing that or
You can if
Travis
you
is
want.
gonna-
Yeah.
whichever. I'm sorry. You said reason? I ain't got no reason.
Reason plus engineering.
Yeah. Oh no, I do. It was highlighted. I was like, I got. Okay.
It's actually a reason plus satisfaction, but if you ain't got no satisfaction, then
I ain't got none of that neither. All right. Where's Is it my focus? Is it electroplasma system?
Yes, you can use your focus too.
Haha, that's lovely. All right, and
Okay, so you succeeded. Now roll the challenge dice. So
And we got the momentum back that Goodspeed spent.
that good speed used. Okay.
all right,
So roll 2 challenge dice plus your engineering discipline.
and go.
Okay.
Ooh, that was good.
Yeah, 2, 4,
Just
5.
one bagel there.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So 5. So that's actually, you only needed 1 breakthrough. So you succeeded that right away in 15 minutes.
Good. All right. See, I told you I was good.
Okay, so just to tell you what you guys have now, you have your warp drive and your impulse engines are back online. Your shields as well.
Shields
your
up.
weapon systems and your like lighting and replicators and other minor systems like that, like scanners.
Can I ask a quick question? Well, it's probably not fair because this is insight from a different character, but couldn't we examine things to make sure nothing was tampered with,
Yes.
causing the navigational error, they said?
Maddox could probably relay that information to us in character.
Right.
Okay, sorry. Ask what your question again.
So, they said it was a navigational error that landed them in the neutral zone, but I feel like maybe we should see if something's been tampered with.
Yeah, you could do that. So basically, the way that system works is information comes in through the navigation array, gets processed by the computer, and then the actual navigator at the console, would then input his controls there. So those are essentially the 3.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 points in the system that you could examine that might give you some clues.
And what ethnicity, nationality, species is the navigator?
He is a Trill.
A
And
Trill?
he's on the bridge at the moment as well, along with Commander Lewis.
All right. A Trill, you say?
A
You
Trill,
don't
I
see
say.
those very often, do you?
At this point in history, no. So you remember that Trills are the ones that have the worms in their bellies, and some of them have the worms in the bellies, and therefore have multiple lifetimes worth of experience. But
Right.
because of the year that our campaign is set in, you guys don't actually know that yet.
Oh.
So as far as you know, he's just a humanoid alien with some dots on his head.
Interesting. Well, should we examine things for tampering?
Sure.
As
So
we
you've got
go
the
along.
navigational array, the
Yeah.
computer system, which you still have to repair and unlock, and then the person, the Trill.
I'd like to talk to Goodspeed about it. It's good. Wait.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Goodspeed, yeah. Hello.
I'm making fun of the way you talk. That's good, man. That's good management
It's not
skills.
very nice, but I can't blame you.
Yeah, it's very good. Now I'm Ringo.
So- What do you think about maybe seeing if something's been tampered with?
I think that's an excellent idea, Teal. Oh no, you're Eel. That's an excellent idea,
Eel.
Eel.
I ain't a doctor.
Yeah. And I would say, let's see, did we get the computers back online there, Dungeon Master?
Not yet. Nope.
Okay, well then we can't look in the computers to see if there's any history of tampering, so any physical examinations you can do, let's do an autopsy of this ship, I say.
Oh, I see. There's a theme there.
Could Holden do that from the Tempest?
No.
Okay.
This is going to take, actually kind of digging around in the guts of the ship.
Okay.
So if you want to dig around in the navigational array itself, that's actually going to require a spacewalk.
Oh.
digging around in the guts of the computers is going to require repairing and unencrypting the computers. And then they're still just talking to the navigator that was on duty at the time.
All right.
So spacewalk, talk to a guy, repair the computers.
I mean, all of that stuff is going to take time.
I would say out of the three, talk to a guy is the easy one, especially since Dr. Teal could assist Dr. Eel with her empathetic abilities.
Tell me what you guys want to do.
Remember, also our goal was to try and get the warp systems up so we could warp it out of neutral zone as like the number one priority.
Yeah. Well, I'm also just worried that we're like
I'm
warping spies out, you know?
Yeah. Go talk to a guy.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Okay.
who does what here?
Yeah, you guys got to tell me what you're doing.
So, first of all, at the moment, Eel is still technically 15 minutes behind Goodspeed in terms of like that. So, like, you could still try to repair something in that time frame, and then
Yeah, we should get ourselves to equal time.
All right.
Okay, what do you want to spend that 15 minutes on?
I would say either the computers or the breaches are the only two left.
Computers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the computers.
Yeah, I think
then.
so too.
Okay. So base difficulty 2, resistance
Okay.
0, magnitude 3, and amount of work 12. So it's reason plus engineering.
Reason.
Eel, if he has a computers focus, then he can use that, but I don't think he does.
Electroplasma.
Yeah. That's
Guerrilla tactics.
Eel has guerrilla tactics?
Yeah.
Oh, right, because he was part of the Bajoran resistance, that's why.
Right.
Okay.
I'm all right about it.
Maddox to Eel?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Do you need any team dynamics help
I mean,
down there?
probably not at the moment, sir.
Okay, I'm just offering.
All right.
Maddox out.
Thanks, though.
Okay, so it is a reason plus engineering difficulty 2 task.
All right. And I think I should spend a momentum, yeah, because we want to fix the computers.
It's up to you. Okay, yep, you did it. So now roll challenge dice. 2 plus your engineering.
Okay.
Oof.
Eesh.
Well, it's not bad.
Well, that's 5
That's 5.
and 3 bagels.
That's a breakthrough.
All right, good. Do I do that all again?
So you've spent 15 minutes now, so you're now caught up with everybody else.
Oh, all right.
If
Did
you
I
want to
fix
spend
the
another
computer?
15 minutes to keep working on it, you can, but then that's more time.
Did I fix the computer, though?
You started to, but no, there's still more work to do.
Well, in order to find out if it's been tampered with, don't I have to fix the computers?
Yeah, you'd have to keep working on this to figure that out.
Right.
So
Shall I
basically
do
your
that?
choice is to keep working on the computers or go do the spacewalk or talk to the Trill. I forget what his name is.
Well,
Dallin.
somebody else could do the interview. I should probably fix something.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think
then
Dr.
why don't
Teal
we-
should do the interview.
All right.
Yeah, so Eel is working on the computers, and so Dr. Teal is... Yeah, the fact that their names are so close isn't great. So
Not
Dr.
my
Teal
fault.
goes up to the bridge.
Why don't we just call Dr. Teal Aurora from now on? We're all on a first name basis.
Yeah, if you guys want to... If that's how you want to run your ship, Captain, I guess.
I see what you did there, Brian.
Or just call it Doctor.
Yeah, doctor's fine.
Okay,
doctor.
so Lieutenant Eel is working on the computer systems, and Dr. Teal goes up to the bridge to talk to Lieutenant Dallin. Is anybody accompanying Dr. Teal?
I'm busy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just Dr. Teal heads up to the bridge.
Should I?
What are you busy doing, Goodspeed?
What? Oh, I thought I'm still doing... Oh, I'm not doing stuff still.
Not at the moment.
Oh.
So
I'm
Goodspeed is
just
just standing
busy.
at a console, and all of a sudden he just realizes that he just spaced out for the last 15 minutes. And you're like, oh, I guess I'm done. Oh, I really need to get my ADD in check.
Well, wait, am I 15 minutes ahead, or am I 15 minutes behind, or am I
No, you
in the
guys are
present?
all at the same point in space
Okay.
time now.
I want to go up to the bridge with Dr. Teal. Because I've been listening on an open channel, as we've been the secure channels, we've been talking about what our suspicions are. I want to go up there and make sure that nobody hurts anybody. More.
Okay.
No, nobody hurts anybody more.
Okay, so Goodspeed and Teal both go up to the bridge where Commander Lewis and Lieutenant Dallin are. They're coordinating repairs from the bridge, trying to put the ship back together. What would you guys like to do?
I think we approach Dr. Lewis, or First Officer Lewis.
Commander Lewis, okay.
And we say, hey, can we go off somewhere and talk?
Okay. She leads you into the captain's ready room, which
Okay.
is off to the side.
Okay, so Dr. Teal...
Can we
Sorry, go ahead.
Can we retcon that we had a conversation with Maddox and Holden, and because I would like to see what her reaction would be if we told her that we got everything back online and we can just warp back to Federation space, just to gauge her reaction.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll allow that retcon.
Okay, so here's what I'll with Dr. Teal, again, turning on her empathetic abilities. Does she have to roll a thing to do that?
Empathy, activate.
Nope, not in this case.
Okay. I tell I say, Captain, we have made great work on the repairs, and we are just about ready to quickly warp back into Federation space.
Oh, that's fantastic. But the Warbird is still out there, isn't it? Is it going to let us leave the neutral zone without putting up a fight?
We've got some ideas about how to deal with them.
Oh, okay. Great. I guess. What do you need from the Ellesmere to be ready?
I do have a question. Where were you when the Romulans first showed up?
I was on duty on the bridge.
Okay. And the captain was where again?
I believe she was in her quarters. After the first attack, she engaged the Romulan protocol. My understanding is she started to make her way to the bridge, but never made it.
When was your last contact with the captain?
Just very briefly after the first attack. All I said was, Captain Blake to the bridge. She acknowledged, and that was it.
This is where I'm interested in what Teal is getting.
Okay, so Teal is not getting any kind of subterfuge or hidden motives or emotions or anything. She's presenting exactly as she's behaving. She seems innocent.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk to the navigation officer.
Okay. So he's still on the bridge. He's working at a console. He's under it, or in its guts. He's got a panel pulled off the back, and he's kind of digging around inside of it.
What's his name?
Dallin.
Dallin. Can we speak to you for a minute?
He pops up and he goes, "Yeah, sure, Commander. I'm sorry, I don't recognize Commander.
Goodspeed.
Oh, you must be from the Tempest.
I understand that you had to deal with the navigational systems inaccuracy. How did you manage to isolate that problem?
His face falls as you ask. You can tell, Teal, you can tell that he is just absolutely torn up with guilt about what he feels is his failure or some kind of mistake that he made.
Like a navigational
so he said,
mistake or a mortal mistake?
So he says, I was on duty. I was at my station, at the navigation station. I ran a manual position check based on our positions relative to the sentry stations. And that's when I discovered that we were, in fact, off course. So I ran a more detailed position check. That's when I discovered that we were inside the neutral zone. I informed Commander Lewis. She ordered a course change immediately, and as soon as we had changed course, that's when the Romulans, that's when they attacked.
Okay, Teal, do an empathy scan.
Yeah, so he's, like I said, he's just with guilt and kind of a.
So he thinks it's his fault, but he didn't actually do anything.
Exactly, yeah. He feels, even if he can't quite figure out how, he is basically putting the blame on himself and assuming that he made a mistake or didn't. A better way to say it is he didn't catch a mistake somewhere that he should have caught.
Right.
And if he had noticed earlier, then he would have, avoided this.
Dallin, could anyone have tampered with the systems?
I suppose it's possible. I can only go off the information my console was displaying at the time.
When did he take over that position, and from whom?
So the Ellesmere runs a standard 3-rotation shift. This was gamma shift. And it was towards the beginning of the shift, but not immediately so. So maybe half an hour, 45 minutes into
All right.
it.
Well, I would immediately like the Ellesmere to change to a 4-shift rotation. That means Charlie's shift will be on station at the top of the hour.
Yeah, Jellicoe just shouts from across the Federation, 4-shift rotation! Everybody goes, what was that? Yeah. Ensign Telek was on duty before Lieutenant Talon.
Was that the shift where the actual mistake of navigation when we actually moved the ship into the neutral zone, was that his shift?
It would have happened around the shift change. So whether it was at the very end of the previous shift or the very beginning of this shift, somewhere around there.
Maddox to Goodspeed.
Go.
How confident are you in the ship's ability to warp out of the neutral zone?
Highly confident.
Again, the Ellesmere has to maneuver around a cloaked Romulan warbird before it can warp.
I mean, does it though? What are the odds that it'll hit it?
Yeah, right, exactly. Let's just warp.
You guys can try if you want, but you as characters would understand that that's not a very likely to succeed thing.
Okay.
Can we talk to the previous navigations officer?
Yes, so that would be Ensign Telek. He is actually working on helping repair the computer system, and so he's in the primary computer, computer bay, the computer core.
Is he helping to repair it or making sure it stays broken?
Let's go down and talk to him.
Let's go down and talk to him.
Okay, are both of you guys going?
Well, I'm wondering, I don't think that I need to be here for we've hit all the major people, so I think we can split up. I can go back to helping work in engineering, and Dr. Teal can go talk to this little ensign who might have, done something.
Well, we're going back to engineering anyway. Might as well walk together.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's right. Yeah, let's just we'll take a turbo. We'll share a tower lift.
Okay.
So where the hell are you guys going, and what the hell are you doing?
We're going back to engineering, and I want to talk to the guy working on the quote-unquote working on the computer, who was at the nav station before.
Okay, that is Ensign Telek. He's in engineering. He is also a Vulcan. And
a lot of Vulcans on this ship.
You go up to him. What do you ask him?
And I say, "Hey, we need to scan you."
No.
And he says,
"No, I don't say that."
I'm sorry?
No, I'm just kidding.
All right, tell me what.
Okay, I'm sort of kidding.
Can we grab a follicle of his hair and say he had a bug on him?
Yeah, a little white thing.
Well, Vulcans don't like to be touched, as you
Right.
know.
Oh, okay. Well,
Right.
All right.
Right. Okay. So I go up to him and I say, "Excuse me, I have some questions about the navigation systems."
I'm sorry, Doctor. I'm rather busy repairing the computer systems at the moment. Can this wait?
Well, our Lieutenant Eel is also working on those systems, so I think you can take a break for just a minute.
His assistance has been valuable, that is true. However, these are rather important repairs.
Come talk to the lady.
Goodspeed, are you also there in engineering? Are you part of this conversation, or are you doing something else?
I am on the side, getting back into doing work on some aspect of computer fixing or hull breach fixing, but I am able to shout across the room in an awkward fashion.
Does he have to roll for that?
Yeah, in that case, he just sort of looks at you and cocks an eyebrow, but doesn't react in any other way.
I just have a few questions about when the ship went off course.
She's got a few questions.
Very well, Doctor. If you could please make it quick.
Can you explain to me what happened while you were on shift, while you were on your position, and whether you noticed that you were going off course in any way?
I unfortunately did not notice any discrepancies. The ship was operating normally as far as I was aware. No malfunctions made themselves apparent to me during my shift.
Also, when was the last time you saw the captain?
She was off duty during my shift, which was beta shift, so it would have been probably the previous day.
The previous day. Would you submit to a DNA scan?
For what purpose?
Well, we're just checking some of the crew members just to make sure that everyone is exactly who they say they are.
Do you suspect somebody of being something other than what they claim to be?
Yup. Oh, sorry. Maddox spoke from the communicator.
I'm sorry, is your comlink open, Doctor?
Yes, I'm so sorry. With my captain.
Hey, we're very bad with the comlinks.
Yeah, we're on Vox a lot.
I see. Very well.
So would you submit to that DNA scan real quick?
I'm sorry, I don't understand. I still don't understand the purpose. Are you looking for something specific?
Well, yes, but
Okay. We're trying to figure out if you're a Romulan. Okay, palsy wowsy?
Ah, I see. Well, Doctor, if you were to conduct such a scan, you would see I have a certain amount of Romulan ancestry. So you might detect some Romulan DNA, but that is all on record and in my Starfleet medical file.
I see.
Is he spooked at this point?
Yeah.
Okay, for this one, do a because he's a Vulcan, do
Yeah.
an insight plus security difficulty 3.
Oof.
Use some
Okay.
momenti.
Spend momentum.
Yeah.
And this is going to be an opposed task. So basically, the way this works
Oh.
is
So he's guilty. Got it.
he's going to roll the same thing, and whoever rolls higher wins the opposed task.
Yeesh. Okay.
How can we help her in this?
Should I use 2 momentum?
But you have to use 3 to get another dice.
Nobody can assist her because this is just something she's doing on her own.
Okay. So I use at least 1 momentum, right?
Yeah, how many?
I'd say use 2.
Use 2,
Well, no,
so I roll
you
4.
need to do if you want another additional dice, you need to use 3 momentum. 1 gets you
Correct.
1 dice, 3 gets
Correct.
you 2 dice.
Right. Right.
Oh, okay. So 3 momentum. Is everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here we go.
Okay, so she rolls.
2 successes, 1 fail,
successes.
1 critical fail.
Okay, so now he's gonna roll.
Same, except I had a
Tie.
critical.
Yeah, because you got a critical, I'm gonna give it to him, so you can't tell.
Go again.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Rochambeau.
No, I'm not gonna let you do that one again. Sorry.
Okay. All right. That's okay. Well, clearly he's hiding something.
But she can get that from him in that, right? She can glean a little bit of deception from him at the very least.
Yeah, so it's sort of like a Fifth Amendment situation, right? Where like he's invoking his mental Fifth Amendment, and the fact that he has done that, tells you something. But it tells you that he's invoked his mental Fifth Amendment.
I'm gonna say that I would like to send him to sickbay. Like I said something is wrong or something, just to get him out of engineering because he's clearly gonna mess with the computers or something. Like I just have a feeling.
Okay.
So,
well, what are
can
you actually telling him?
Quick, good speed, punch him.
And you can,
Yeah.
you can give
Right
him
in the
orders.
face.
You both outrank him and are a doctor, so you can give him a straight out order if you want.
Okay. What is he? Lieutenant? Commander? Ensign. Yeah, Ensign.
Shut up, Wesley.
Shut up, Wesley. Ensign, I'm gonna order you to go to sickbay. We're gonna check out that laceration on your arm I see there, and our team here is gonna work on the computers instead of you right now.
Doctor, with all due respect, my injury is exceptionally minor compared to those crew members currently being attended to in sickbay. I do feel my presence would be better spent here repairing the computer systems.
Take a look at his hands, dude. Does he have strangling hands?
He has hands. And
So, yes, he
because
does.
you're in the
He
same room, I'm
argues.
going to assume that you shouted this over to him. Does he have strangling hands?
And his response as a Vulcan would be, yes, my hands would be used for strangling.
Oh man, I wish Holden was here. I would just have him escort him to sickbay, because then if he pulls anything, Holden will definitely shoot him.
Well, so I think the right thing to do here is to try to get back into the computer system and see if it was tampered with.
Right. Well, I need him to go away from the
She's just
computer
trying to
system.
clear him
Well,
out.
yeah. So we're gonna get him out of here, and we'll get him
Yeah.
out of here.
Right, but also she already has said, she just said that this was an order. So if this is a direct order, what's his reaction?
Doctor, if you make it an order, I will of course comply. But I will have to
I
ask
said
you.
that's an order, Ensign.
Yeah.
Yeah, Teal.
He sort of takes a deep breath. He draws himself up. And after a moment, he says, "Very well, Doctor." And he proceeds out of engineering.
God, I really should have been a higher ranked officer before I started treasoning.
The one
Kicks a
flaw
rock.
in my plan.
Bloody cook's assistant.
You treason with the rank you have, not the rank you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then I use my comm and I'm like, Captain, what do I do now?
No, you're doing great.
Yeah, but now I sent him to sickbay, which is where I'm also supposed to be. So now what do I
As
do?
Holden, I'm tracking him with the Tempest sensors, by the way.
I mean, it's difficult to track one individual life sign, especially in this situation,
I mean, he has a comm badge on, so...
if he keeps his comm badge on. Also, by the way, it's just, again, time period thing. It's not comm badges, it's actual, still handheld communicators still. But otherwise, it all still works.
Comm badges were being used at the time of the Enterprise C.
No, the Enterprise C was still had the...
Lieutenant Castillo definitely taps his comm badge to get in touch with somebody.
But is that at the beginning of the episode or halfway in? Because at a certain point, the Enterprise D would have given them upgraded comm badges.
No, they would not have. That's crap. In fact, Captain Picard said, no, I can't give you anything. He says that earlier in the episode.
Okay, we're gonna come back to this. Do a sensor, let's see, security plus control, difficulty 2, but the ship can assist with its sensors and security.
Okay. How much momentum do we have?
5 right now.
5?
Just the 5.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna spend 1 for myself, just to make sure.
Kapla.
Okay. What did I
Hold
say?
on.
Difficulty 2?
Yep.
Okay. But you can still roll for the ship for that momentum if you want.
Yeah, you said it's sensors and security?
Yes.
Nice.
Okay. So
So-
right now you have 7.
Nicely
out of 8
done.
Momentum.
Cool.
Okay, so he is on his way to sickbay. Teal and Goodspeed and Eel are all in the engineering of the Ellesmere, and Maddox and Holden are on the Tempest. Is that right?
Yes.
Yep.
You guys were working on the computer systems, and you had started working on something else. So you successfully did this general ship systems and the warp core repair itself,
And the safety systems we didn't.
and you
yeah.
finished the safety system. Okay, so you started work on the computer systems, and you still have the hull breaches to deal with.
Okay, so I'm keeping going on the computer systems.
Okay.
So I'm gonna again roll 3, me and my assistant.
And maybe Eel, when we're doing the time thing, Eel will start working on the hull breaches when Goodspeed takes over for the computer systems.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
All right.
Okay. So which one do you want to do first?
Oh, I'm doing the computer systems.
Okay.
Getting it done. That's good, because now he's gone away, so we can fix the computer.
Right. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I got 3 successes.
Okay.
Nice.
So now I'm gonna roll the challenge dice.
You get your momentum, so you're full up on momentum again.
Cool. And I got 5 on the
alright.
challenge dice.
Okay. So let's see. That should be a breakthrough. So it is.
Over comms, Holden gives Goodspeed the finger guns.
I receive finger guns.
Good work.
Okay, so you just did another 15-minute round of work on the computer systems to unlock the encryption. You still need to do at least one more round of work though to finish the task. However, at this point, like, you've achieved a partial kind of unlock, so you don't have full access, but you have sort of directory access.
Do we have enough to engage the warp engines?
Yeah,
All right. We still have to do the breaches then.
you do still have to do the breaches, correct?
Is the computer up and running?
So it's kind of partially running at the moment. You don't have it fully unlocked, but you have elements of it unlocked.
Is there enough to see whether something was tampered with?
There's nothing in the computer system that was tampered with, no. You can't tell that.
Was not the computer system.
I would also know that we can do more investigating when the ship is back on our side of the neutral zone.
Alright, I'm just afraid that, like, many ships will uncloak or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so you that's a good point, is that you know for sure there is at least Commander Meven's ship there. There might be more that you don't know
Yeah,
about.
but there might be so many, and the minute we try to run, everyone appears and blows us up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like TJ was saying, if you hit warp, it's going to take a fraction of a second to get out of the neutral zone.
But, like, wouldn't they be able to tell that the engines are spooling up and all that, you know?
How about this? Let us, on the Tempest, we have a general idea of where the cloaked Romulan warbird is because they're trying to keep a direct line of sight between us and the
Ellesmere.
The Ellesmere. So if the Tempest and the Ellesmere coordinate, so the Tempest starts firing randomly, but in a safe distance away from the Romulan warbird and also by extension the Ellesmere. So if we just start firing phasers, that will distract the Romulans long enough to allow the Ellesmere to warp into Federation territory.
That would create some sort of a diversion.
Wouldn't that be seen as an act of war, though?
No, because we're not we could call it a phaser test or malfunction.
But what if you hit...
You know,
Yeah,
What
but
if you hit-
Meven's not gonna. That's not gonna fly with Meven. So
What
that
if
she
you
will still
see-
consider that provocative. And
Well, maybe
Yeah.
she should have thought of that before she fired on us.
But what if you hit cloaked warbirds and we're in a full-scale war?
Why were they in
and
the
we don't
neutral
want
zone?
that?
And we exactly, we
mean,
would have
there is
revealed
that,
their
but
positions
still.
in the neutral zone.
they are in the neutral zone because a Federation ship violated the neutral zone.
No, but they were further in the neutral zone at the start of the conflict to begin with than we ever were. So, which
Because
means that they
there's a
were laying a
setup.
trap for us. Exactly.
We got to find the setup first.
They will claim, and if confronted on it, Meven will claim that they only entered the neutral zone in response to the Ellesmere entering the neutral zone.
Unless we have the spy that says, this is what actually happened, this is what I did.
I would just like to say that I am genuinely excited that Eel has become such a major part of this.
You know, I got stuck in the accent and I'm very sorry.
Holden, what do you think?
We're still working in tandem, so we have to get the computer systems up. They're up enough to keep going, but we're going to have to spend time fixing the hull breaches anyway. So my suggestion would be work on the hull breaches because you have to fix those before you can go to warp. And then any extra time that we spend getting the hull breaches up, you just keep working on the computer systems. Once everything is up and the ship can go to warp, then we can make a decision about what we do with that info.
Good speed?
I like that plan. Let's just keep pressing.
Okay.
So I think now we switch to the breaches at the moment.
Okay.
Okay. To repair the hull breaches, it's going to be a daring plus engineering, base difficulty of 3. Narratively, what is happening here is people are actually donning spacesuits and either entering vacuum compartments that have been exposed to vacuum, or going out onto the hull of the ship and patching them from the outside as well. I will leave it to you whether any of the player characters are physically doing that, or if you're just directing other people to do it.
Will there be a drop-off in performance if we are only directing them?
No.
Okay.
I think we're directing them.
Okay.
Agreed.
I mean,
so
Goodspeed, you're the one in charge on the ship, so it's
Absolutely,
your call.
I am. All right, let's get a few folks out and start repairing these breaches. Come on.
Okay. So,
Chop,
daring
chop.
plus engineering, difficulty 3. And you are full up on momentum.
You bet. Difficulty 3. I'm going to use a momentum to give me,
Okay.
that only gives me a third dice if I use a momentum, right?
Correct.
So I'm going to use 3 momentum and use 4 dice.
Ooh, momentum in the future.
Hold on, before you roll, are we counting the, is it just one person, or is there any assistance going on?
Well, I mean, we'll say it's a work crew, but mechanically, I'll just give you 1 extra assistant dice.
Okay, so that's up to
Okay,
5
so-
dice now.
Yep.
Okay?
And it's
And,
difficulty 3.
all right, I got 4 successes.
Nice.
All
Nice.
right.
Okay.
And
So
one
you
of
get
That was
momentum back.
very good.
Point of momentum back.
But
Now roll the challenge dice.
Okay,
Okay.
4.
So 4 out of 9, but no breakthroughs.
Copy.
So that was 15 minutes worth of work.
Should I go too?
No, so now we're technically timed up. So, like, at this point,
Oh.
every 15 minutes, of work that Goodspeed spends fixing the breaches. Eel will spend 15 minutes doing the computer systems.
Right, okay.
So, and we're just going to see where we end up, I think.
So in that 15 minutes, in that same 15 minutes, we'll also do the computer repair task. So
All right.
go ahead and do that for me. So
What was the...
that's Eel, right? Working on that?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Computer is reason plus engineering.
Reason, alright. That's good. I'm a reasonable bloke. How many... I have 10 there. How many dice do I need?
Yeah, you start with 3 unless you're spending momentum.
Start with 3.
Because you have
Alright.
one assistant.
And it's a difficulty 2.
And a difficulty 2. Should I use momentum?
Yep.
Fix the computer for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're full
Yeah.
up.
Alright. Oh, for the love of Pete.
2
No, you got it.
complications. Okay. You did succeed.
2 complications, but 3 successes.
Yeah, so you
Right.
did succeed at it, so go ahead and roll the amount of work. 2
alright.
plus your engineering number.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 bagels.
Oh, okay, look at that. So 4. So that is enough to do it. So you succeed. The computer system is now completely unlocked. The
Oh, good.
Romulan protocol encryption has been undone. Full computer systems are now back online.
Alright. Should we investigate the computer, see what we can glean?
Yeah, so if
As
you want
it
to do a control plus science.
Control and science.
Actually, sorry, control plus engineering.
And engineering, alright.
Success.
Okay. So there is a complication though, however, but you do succeed at the task, and you get a point of momentum back. So you don't see any signs of tampering in the computer files themselves. All of the records look perfectly standard, and all according to Starfleet procedure and protocol and all of that. Everything looks in order.
Wait, don't we get the option of deciding whether or not we have a complication now or whether or not you get a threat later?
Oh yeah, you can. If you want to give me a threat instead of complication, you can do that.
Have we been doing that the whole game?
No, you haven't done it this game yet.
So what is the complication you gave us in this situation, then?
I didn't tell you a thing that I would have told you otherwise.
Okay, so you've already
Right.
instituted that.
Yes. But if
Okay.
you want to
Alright.
take threat instead of that complication, I will tell you that thing.
Okay, I like that.
I would say to do it for this take. I would say that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so all of the computer files and everything, the computer system does not look tampered with. However, the
It's a little too not tampered with.
the navigational array is supposed to do an automatic position check every 15 minutes. But that cycle was extended so that it was doing the automatic position check every hour instead.
Interesting.
Budget cuts.
Yeah, that makes that stupid ensign Dr. Teal sent to sickbay look very guilty.
Okay, so
Okay, so we travel significant factors of the speed of light, and the best that we can do are 15-minute navigational updates?
well, the ship was traveling at low warp at the time, and space is actually really super big. So it was on its assigned
That story checks out.
patrol route. Okay, so to clarify, the Ellesmere was running its assigned patrol routes near the Romulan neutral zone, and regular navigation checks should have kept it from entering accidentally. But someone tampered with those updates, and it was only after Lieutenant Dolan did a manual check that they realized what had happened and that they had drifted into the neutral zone.
Huh. And it was only after they had pinged the sensory station for that navigation update that the Romulans decided to reveal themselves?
Correct. With what seems to be very convenient timing.
Maddox turns dramatically in his captain's chair away from the view screen and then says, "Those conspiring green-blooded hobgoblins."
Thanks for joining us for part 2 of Border Dispute. Join us next time to find out the exciting conclusion. And as always, we want to give a great big thank you to our Patreon supporters for helping keep the Tempest flying. If you'd like to learn more about some of the perks for Patreon listeners, check out patreon.com/Starship Tempest. And you can also find us at all of the usual social media watering holes like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and all the rest.
all under the handle Starship Tempest. Also, please don't forget to subscribe and leave a review for Tempest on your podcast app of choice. It really helps us get the word out to the rest of the galaxy. And until next time, we'll see you out there.